Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my parents' basement in the great state of Kansas, and coming to another review on the Alien movie, part of my Alien Predator series. I'm reviewing all the Alien Predator movies, and now we're getting to Alien Covenant, which is a sequel to Prometheus, which I talked about last week. I was not a fan of Prometheus. I didn't care for the whole plot line, and though it looked good, there's some good looking movie. Ridley Scott coming back to do another Alien movie after the first one. It's kind of a cool thing. So now, but I was not a fan. I hated that movie. It was so boring, slow moving, and all this. So now we come back with the sequel, Alien Covenant, taking I don't know a little bit of time. I think after the first one or the Prometheus movie, and you get this one though. There's one character that comes back, Michael Fassbender as the android in the first or in the other movie with Ridley Scott. He comes back and actually plays two characters, two different androids with two different names in this one. So we come across a different crew though, on a different ship, and it has actually a very interesting beginning where part of the ship there's an accident, some crew members pass away, including the captain. So no longer has a captain, and this whole in this ship has like a bunch of people in cryo freezing whatever, and they're finding a planet to colonize. Basically, it's a whole mission, and so they have to travel a long ways. It takes a long time to get to this planet that they decide to like make colony out of whatever. And but the crew that's awake, they have to be running the ship. An accident happens, captain's dead. So then the next guy has to be captain, played by Billy Crudup. And so there is an interesting, does people don't trust him maybe as being the captain. He's not everybody's favorite. They're not sure he can do the job, and he's also feeling the pressure. So it's kind of interesting you deal with that at the beginning of this movie. Kind of interesting premise to start the movie with, and the crew. Like I said, Billy Crudup is like one of the main actors in this one. Um, One of my favorite actors. It's pretty good overall kind of cast, but my favorite actually was Danny McBride, which really surprised me. When I saw Danny McBride, I'm like, wow, Danny McBride in an Alien movie, like a horror movie, sci-fi thriller. He's known just to play very silly comedies, and a lot of Will Ferrell type movies, James Franco, whatever. And this he wasn't funny at all. Really, a very serious role for Danny McBride, and I thought he did a really good job. I was really kind of impressed. Uh, like I said, I think he's one of my favorite characters in the movie, and I thought he gave a really good performance. So, good on Danny McBride doing that. Like I said, Michael Fassbender was great as well as playing the two androids. The android from the last movie, Prometheus, and then a new android that's on this crew, on this new crew. And I don't know if I think this is the only actors I really knew all that well. So then they come across this other planet that then they could be habitable. So Billy Crudup, the new captain of the ship, says, "Let's go on. Let's put a away team together. Let's go to this planet, see what's there. Maybe this one we don't have to travel all this way. We can just have it, get on this one, colonize this planet." And it happens to be the planet that the Prometheus ship crash lands on, and the only remaining survivor is like I said, the android from the last movie, played by Michael Fassbender. Anyways, so they get on the usual thing in an alien movie. They go out there and they find out there's some really bad aliens on this planet. We do get some really interesting scenes. Two members of the crew, they kind of get impregnated, but in a different way, not the usual face hugger way, but they kind of just breathe in some spores from some plants, some flowers, whatever, and the spores itself is like an alien itself, and gets into their stream, and then instead of a chest burster, it bursts out their back. Pretty gnarly, pretty gross. Even worse, I think, than the chest burster scenes is when they come out the back. Anyway, so we do get that's how we kind of get we get a kind of xenomorph type alien. And one of my criticisms of Prometheus was that Prometheus doesn't have the word alien in the title. and doesn't really have a xenomorph alien in the movie, which is a selling point of why you watch these alien movies, for that xenomorph alien that was created from the very first movie back in the 70s. Um, so we do get a xenomorph style alien. I don't know if it's exactly a xenomorph, but it's very similar to a xenomorph alien. It looked, decent. It's a little more ashy looking, I think, a little more almost white instead of just all black. Anyway, so it's a little different look, but still had the same kind of, method to it. Anyway, so we do get that in here. Anyways, and so then they are being chased by different aliens, and then they come across Michael Fassbender from the Prometheus movie, who kind of saves them, takes them back to a hideout place. And again, I'll say this movie looks really good. Like, the set designs are really great. There's a really cool set design with all these like bodies that are like burned alive or something, surrounding this place that they go hide out. Really, really good stuff there. Um, Cinematography overall really good. So really, again, really, Scott really knows how to make a good visual movie, and I think this is really well done that way. So basically, they're stranded on this planet, and they can't get back to their mothership, and so they have to kind of stay the night and survive the night with this new android, who maybe is not what he seems, or he's a little mysterious. He can't be totally trusted, and all this. Um, I kind of knew when I was watching it. I kind of knew, like, okay, I think I know what the twist ending is going to be. When you have two Michael Fassbender androids, one's kind of good, or one is good that you can trust, the other one you can't trust. It's like you knew something was going to happen between those two, especially when they first meet Michael Fassbender from the Prometheus movie. He has long hair for some reason. He's an android, but I guess his hair grows. Um, we see a scene where he's cutting his hair to look like the other android. I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to pretend to be the good android, Michael Fassbender, and he's going to trick people. And I won't say much more than that, but you just kind of knew right away. It's like, okay, he's not good. He's kind of the villain of the movie, and he's going to do, trick the crew, and he's not going to be trusted and all this. And so I thought that was kind of done in a really interesting way. Um, and there's some surprise, some shocks. Like, Billy Crudup, kind of the main actor, but then there's one scene that kind of surprised me, because he meets a face hugger, and he kind of gets tricked with this face hugger kind of coming out of the cocoon that they have. I was like, oh wow, like, okay, so it got real, and we do get a xenomorph alien that gets on the ship, and they have to try to find and kill. So it kind of gets to that first movie where they're trying to get to this one xenomorph alien and all that. Um, Interesting. Oh yeah, I was gonna say Jesse Smollett. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe when I see Jesse Smollett's name on there. I'm like, Jesse Smollett. This obviously was made. This made in 2017. Obviously made before he got canceled. Like, I never heard of this guy, except that uh, he did this whole. He lied and did this whole thing that got him in trouble. And basically, I don't think he can work anymore because of what he did. But so I'm watching, going, oh my gosh, there's that really horrible human being, Jesse Smollett. Luckily, he does get killed in a pretty gruesome way, which I was happy to see. But yeah, so it was weird seeing him going, oh yeah, he used to have a career before he ruined it all. But yeah, again, Danny McBride, really great stuff. It was one funny thing about this movie is that everybody has like a wife or a husband on the ship, which is not a good idea, because you're on this very dangerous mission, and there's a good chance that your spouse is going to be in danger, might get killed, and now you're emotionally, in not in a good space, and you're going to create more problems for everybody. And that happened a lot in this movie, where I'm like, maybe don't bring your wife on these dangerous missions, or your husband. Maybe leave them at home. I guess they're going to colonize this planet, so I guess they need to be together. But as part of this crew, I was like, it's weird how many married couples are in this crew, and then one of them dies, and the other one's an emotional wreck, and it's not good. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Um, but yeah, we do get some good, scenes of trying to get the xenomorph aliens, killing people. Like, it kills Jesse Smollett. I'm spoiling it, but it does kill Jesse Smollett in a scene where he's like making out with this girl in the shower, and he gets hit from behind. It's pretty nice. I thought that was a pretty good kill scene. The xenomorph alien looked okay. It did look a little CGI at times. I kind of noticed, like, it does look a little. It's not terrible. It's not as terrible as some of the older Alien movies, but you still can tell it's like, it's a little CGI. But that's how it has to be, I guess. Um, it's hard not to do an Alien without CGI. Um, but yeah, so overall, I actually kind of enjoyed this movie surprisingly. After really hating Prometheus, I thought this was so much better. And maybe I don't know what other people think about this. I don't know. I don't talk to other Alien fans. So I don't know if this is considered one of the bad movies or what, or this is considered a good movie. I thought this was so much better than Prometheus. It's still a little slow moving at times, but it had a lot more action in it than Prometheus did, I think. And I think some of the plot twists that happen I thought were very interesting. And the whole scene at the end with them trying to catch that xenomorph alien on the ship, I thought was really well done. And then the ending. The ending was actually really good, and I knew it was coming too. When I was like, okay, I think I know what the ending is, and usually when you predict the ending, it means it's not good writing or something like that. But this is one of those weird cases where I went, I think this is the ending, and I think it's actually good writing, even though I guessed the ending, and I was right. I liked it. I liked the way they did it because I was like, yeah, that's the way you should do this ending. That's the correct way of doing it, and I thought it was good writing, even though I knew it was coming. And so it doesn't. And I guess I'll just say it doesn't end on like a happy ending, which usually I love happy endings. But in this case, I knew this is a prequel anyway, so I knew it's you know obviously bad stuff are going to happen in the future because we have future movies chronologically on this anyway, so you knew when it ended kind of in not a great way. You're like, yeah, that checks out. That's about the way it should end, not in the happiest way. And yet it made it a little more interesting the way it ended. Anyway, so I actually really liked the way it ended. I think overall it was a good plot. The acting was good, the cinematography, set designs, everything was done really well, and I enjoyed this so much more. I'm not saying it's one of my favorite in the series, but it definitely was so much better than Prometheus, and the best. I even like it better than the first Alien movie, which you're gonna say I'm crazy, but I thought the first Alien movie was really slow moving and boring. This was not. This was much more interesting and exciting for me. So this is my favorite Ridley Scott Alien movie right now, Alien Covenant. Might be a hot take, but anyways, again, I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 stars. It's okay. It's decent enough. I'm gonna recommend. Like, actually, would recommend this one though. How can you watch this probably without watching Prometheus? Which I don't know. You probably could. This doesn't really set up this movie that much. I think you probably enjoy this without watching Prometheus because I thought Prometheus was hot garbage. So I would like skip that one, get right to Alien Covenant, which I actually think is actually one of the better Alien movies in the series because I haven't been real big on the Alien franchise. Really hasn't been my cup of tea necessarily, but yeah, Alien Covenant actually worth a watch. Uh, Actually, really well done. I said, and I got one uh, comment here. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Yeah, I'm live for a little bit, just giving a movie review on Alien Covenant. So not really staying on very long, but so cool to see you there, anyways. But yeah, uh, to tell me what you think about Alien Covenant. Is it one of the better Alien movies? Is it one of the worst ones? I think it's one of the better ones. Love to hear anybody's thoughts on that. Um, uh, Thanks, Mike. I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing okay as well. Um, you have any thoughts on Alien Covenant? I don't think you saw. I think you said you didn't see Prometheus, so you might not have seen Alien Covenant. I don't know if you're a fan of the Alien series on total. Like I said, I've only enjoyed like one Alien movie up till now, and that was the second movie, Aliens. I thought was really good. Aliens 3 and 4 were really really terrible. Prometheus was really terrible. I actually like Alien versus Predator. That's actually one of the few movies with the aliens that I did enjoy. Um, yeah, so 3 out of 5 stars is really good for me. Uh, let's see. I believe I've seen the movie in cinema. Okay, okay, so you might have seen it. Okay, okay, interesting enough. But yeah, that's all I'm talking about is Alien Covenant, and kind of said my thoughts on here. I don't have much more to say. Thanks, Mike, for commenting though, and I will talk to you guys later.